Now, another important concept that we need to understand is types of communication. So we have even though communication is the single word, but we have wide varieties of bases or classifications that were interpreted in different ways. So for our understanding from the point of view of exams, so we try to determine the classification or types of communication into some areas. So first type of classification is basing on how many number of people involved. Second type is basing on what type of medium you are going to use. Third type is the type of authority or organizational structure that is happening in the organization. Fourth one is on the basis of direction or movement. So, how it is moving from top to bottom, bottom to top horizontally. So, these are the four types of classification as far as communication is concerned. Now, let us see the first one based on the number of people involved. So number of people involved we can understand. So one or more, let us assume. Now if only one person is involved in the communication process, so we are calling it as intrapersonal communication. So it is explained with the help of it happens within the individual. Second one is interpersonal communication happens between two people. Let us take an interview. So where interviewer, the interaction between interviewer and interviewee, or communication between interviewer and interviewee. So interpersonal, it is between two people. Third one is group communication. Now it may be a small group or it may be a big group or large group. Now when communication is happening between more number of people but not a huge number of people, so that communication we are calling it as group communication. So for our convenience, we took the example of group discussion. So in general, group discussion happens among 12 to 15 people or 10 people. Now, when compared to group communication, another communication type is there, that is mass communication. When your intention is to reach huge number of people or large number of people, let us take lakhs of people, in such a case, it is called as mass communication. So in mass communication, personal response or feedback you may not get immediately or you may not even understand properly. Let us take the advertisement that is telecast in TV or advertisement that is given in a newspaper. So feedback is not generally understood, but its intention is when it wants to communicate about the product and its benefit to huge number of people, then it is taking coming under mass communication. So this is on the basis of number of people involved. So intrapersonal within the individual, interpersonal between two people, group communication among people, among small or more than a small group. Last one is mass communication when it is intended to reach so much of population at a stretch. So this is first type. Now second type is based on the type or based on the medium. So in this category we have two types. Uh, they are one verbal, second one non-verbal. So generally, the moment we hear this word called verbal, we will easily understand it is with the help of words. So words that are spoken or written, whatever it may be, we are considering them as verbal type of communication. And when we are going to use this verbal type of communication, obviously that includes all elements called LSRW. So you can easily understand what is this LSRW. listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So verbal communication is either through oral words or written words. And another important type, as far as communication, entire communication is concerned, where most of the people in their daily life, knowingly or unknowingly, communicates, is non-verbal communication. So without usage of any words, but the communication will be reached in an efficient and effective manner. So, in non-verbal communication, you may use signage boards or signs. You may use pictures. You may use facial expressions. You may use movements, body actions. You may call it as action language. So, now, when we are non-verbal, is with the help of gestures, facial expressions, body movements, signs, and so many are there. Now, when we are going to study non-verbal communication, particularly, we need to understand certain words and their full meanings or the intended meanings. So, kinesics is one thing which will be telling you the movement of body parts. Second one, haptics. So haptics, it is a communication through touch. So let us take one person performed well. So you are tapping on the shoulder of the employee. Let us take employee did well. So you tapped on the shoulder of the employee. Now immediately the employee feels happy. That we are calling it as haptics. And the third one is proxemics. Sometimes the distance or space that to be maintained will speak a lot. So let us take, when a communication is happening between two known people, two well-known people, or two acquainted people, the distance you can understand. Second one, uh, when there is an interaction or communication between male and female, you can understand the distance to be maintained. So we have a separate concept called proximity in communication. What is the distance to be maintained? So that language we are calling it as space language. And another type of thing is chronemics. So chronemics is time language. So what is this chronemics? So the patience levels that the individual has for waiting till the entire process is over, or the punctuality, being on time, definitely it communicates something to the opposite party. So that time study or time language, we are calling it as chronemics. And some more are there related to smell and related to silence. So all these are coming under non-verbal communication. So verbal and non-verbal, it is another type of medium. And third type is based on the type of authority and organizational structure. Now, when we are going to define organizational structure, so it is very simple: hierarchy of positions that are framed in a sequential order and in interconnected manner. Now, when all the positions are connected hierarchically, each position is given with some authority. Now, when communication is happening only through that channel, we are calling it as formal. So formal in the sense completely through the designed channel of communication or designed way of communication or designed flow of communication between one position to another position or one person to another person. Now informal, so you don't find any channel, you don't find any specific way designed for the flow of communication. So we are calling it as informal communication. So the best informal communication that will flow in all levels without any proper channel, no need of proper channel, that is grapevine communication, especially rumors. So they do not follow any specific pattern. So again, if we have free time, so you can refer to different types of formal channels: y type, circular type, linear type. So all those types will tell you how communication will be flowing from one level to other level, or one person to other person. And fourth one is on the basis of direction or movement that happens in the organization. So in this category, they were designed into four. One, downward, that flows from top to bottom. So generally top to bottom. So most of the circulars, notices, information bulletins, so they were sent to the lower levels. So flows from top to bottom. That communication, we will call it as downward communication, superior and subordinate. Upward communication. So let us take reports are to be sent, results have to be sent to the higher authorities, feedback has to be sent. Now, this type of communication we are calling it as upward. So communication will move from low level or bottom level to top level. So one is downward, second one is upward. Third one is horizontal by lateral communication. Now, this type of communication will happen among the same level of people or same hierarchy of people. So that is the reason why it is named as lateral communication. That happens. Let us take dean of one, director of one academics, and director of another course. So director and director. So you may call it as horizontal communication. Now, the last one in basis of direction is diagonal by crosswise communication. So, diagonal by crosswise communication will happen not only in the same department, maybe a department head communicating to another department's clerk. So it may happen at different levels, but they may not share the direct formal relationship. So they may not be in the same department. So one person, a high level position in one department, he may communicate to another department lower level person. This type of communication, we are calling it as diagonal communication or crosswise communication. So these are all four types of communication. So one, number of people involved. Second one, type of medium used. Third one, authority by organization.